Back at it on this Monday, we're talking an interesting new hire for World Racing Group, especially when it comes to DIRTVision, plus an incredible season for Zeb Wise, Logan Seavey sweep, and a lot more. Let's go. It's Monday, September 25th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is Dirt Tracker Daily. Apologies there was no Sunday show. I wasn't feeling super well, and we're still a little banged up today, but we're going to push through. Back on Friday, I had another new hat option to the merch store. You've seen me wear these a few times here on the show, but it's this heather gray flex fit with the sprint car on the front. The sprint car is actually a pretty cool rubber patch, and then it has the Dirt Tracker logo stitch on the back. If you guys like these, maybe we'll expand into late models or other car types in the future, but these come in two different sizes. You can get them right now in the shop. You can also check out the two other new hat options as well. The logo ones, the trucker ones, I've got the gray with the black logo and the multicam camo with the white logo. There's also the 3 different sticker options. There's 2 shirt choices plus the can koozies. Visit shop.dirttracker.com or click the links below this video. I do want to talk about some stuff from the weekend, and we will certainly do that, but I'm going to start first today with something interesting I noticed in the last few days. World Racing Group has filled a C-suite level position that could have big implications for the future. And if you don't know World Racing Group is the parent company of the World of Outlaws and DIRTRACKR and the Super DIRTRACKR series and all of those things. Listed as the Chief Media and Marketing Officer, the new hire's name is Charles Melillo. And that probably doesn't mean anything to you, and it obviously shouldn't mean anything to you, but a quick internet search shows this guy has quite the resume. Besides a background in corporate finance, he comes to WRG from Endeavor Streaming, where he was a senior vice president and managed relationships with the NFL, NBA, UFC, WWE, ESPN, and more. And if you don't know the name Endeavor, you probably should. It started as a talent agency, but now has several spin-off businesses like the streaming one. But it also represents the NFL and NHL, and it owns the PBR, WWE, and UFC. And if you don't know, the WWE and UFC just merged. One of Melillo's accomplishments listed on his LinkedIn profile is being involved in the creation of UFC Fight Pass, which is the UFC's own streaming platform for fights and other content. UFC is obviously a juggernaut right now at the moment, and this could be a key moment for the future of DIRTVision if Melillo is able to use his streaming knowledge to help WRG grow and expand that business. When Brian Carter was on Wing Nation late in 2022, he made sure to emphasize that WRG is a live events company and that they're focused on having full grandstands for events like the World of Outlaws. But the growth of DIRTVision and the recurring revenue model have really stabilized the future for WRG. Live events are great, selling tickets and fans in the stands, that's awesome, but there is a ton of risk and there aren't guarantees. And if you look through the back through the history in dirt racing, most racing series that have operated on that type of a business model have operated on razor-thin margins, and many have lost and lose money pretty regularly. And that was obviously true of WRG as well. But streaming has changed that trajectory. I'm a little curious, though, as to why a guy with a resume like this is interested in dirt racing. As we are talking, the market is orders of magnitude smaller than what he's dealt with in the past. But in the ongoing streaming wars, this will be something to pay attention to in the future as DIRTVision continues to change and evolve. I wouldn't expect there to be changes overnight from a hire like this, but once we talk 6 months, a year, a couple years down the road, this could mean a lot for a company like World Racing Group and DIRTVision. Looking back over the weekend, I have a couple of things I want to hit on. The first is Zeb Wise and his first ever All-Star Championship. He had the driver's title already sewed up, but the owner's championship came down to the finale at Eldora during 4 Crown on Saturday night. Just a few points separated the 7BC and the 26, and Zeb made it happen. Tyler Courtney led early from the front row, but Zeb was able to work his way into second by halfway with Rico Abreu out front. And then when Rico had issues late, Zeb was there to capitalize and score the victory. It was a $10,000 win, and they locked down another $80,000 for that owner's championship. Looking around the sport, I think there is a solid case to be made that Zeb made the biggest leap of any driver from 2022 to 2023. We're talking most improved here. His average finish was nearly halved. He had 9 wins versus 2 a year ago and substantially more top 5s and more top 10s. And during a season where many sprint car drivers have struggled on the new Hoosier sprint car tires, Zeb thrived and brought Rudine a title. I love the emotion we got from Zeb and the big hug from rival Sunshine and Victory Lane. These two were obviously teammates previously at Clausen Marshall, so they've got a tight relationship. They were even wearing each other's t-shirts on Saturday. And I think it's important to point out that the season was marred by injuries for both Zeb and Courtney that happened at Eldora. So it's interesting that this thing came down to a battle at Eldora for the championship. Zeb won 5 of the last 11 All-Star races and the final 2 to get it done. Big congrats to him and that team. As for the All-Stars, even though the championship season is over, we still have the Tusky 50 left to settle. Once that's done, though, a lot of question marks surround the series and its competitors for 2024. I've heard the rumors just like you have, but I wouldn't expect any sort of clarity or resolution until maybe as late as the PRI show in December. It's been a wild year already for sprint car racing, and we are not even close to done yet with changes and moves here, so stay tuned here as the season progresses. Also at Eldora on Saturday night, we had Logan Seavey do something we have only seen happen twice before, and that was a driver sweep all 3 non-wing divisions at 4 Crown. He went second to the win in the midget feature, led flag to flag in the sprint car show, and went 5th to the win in the Silver Crown main event. He joins Jack Hewitt and Kyle Larson as the only other drivers to accomplish that feat at the 4 Crown. It's been an incredible year for Seavey, winning the Chili Bowl, Indiana Midget Week, and now this sweep. He's in the driver's seat for the National Midget Championship and leads Cody Swanson on the Silver Crown side with just 1 race left. He's had an up and down career so far, but he's really seemed to find his footing in 2023 and probably doesn't get talked about enough on the national scene. With Lucas, Ricky Thornton Jr. stayed hot, picking up his first career Jackson 100 on Saturday night at Brownstown. He's now got 21 Lucas wins this season, just keeps extending that record. 2 races remain now before the Dirt Track World Championship. Lucas heads to Raceway 7 and Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway this week. So after Saturday, we'll know for sure that final championship 4. I still think Overton gets it done, though, for that final spot. And with the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars, Brad Sweet continued his march towards that 5th title. He gave up some ground to David Gravel and Carson Macedo on Friday at Eldora, but came roaring back on Saturday at Sharon, leading all 30 laps for the win. That was win number 9 on the year. He trails trails Gravel, I think, by 1, or Macedo by 1 for most wins on the season. With 12 races left, Gravel trails by 80 points in the standings, so that's about 40 feature positions. Macedo is 49 feature spots back. If you figure there's about 12 races left, you're looking at these guys are going to have to beat Sweet by 3 to 4 positions on average per night the rest of the year. Not impossible, but I think it's going to be difficult for those guys to catch the 49 if he doesn't have trouble. There's also a nice battle right now for 4th in the standings between Logan Schuhart, Gio Selzy, and Donnie Schatz. That might be a nice little sub pot to follow here all the way to World Finals. That's it for the show today. The streaming schedule is quiet, just the 24/7 channels going on today. You can find the streaming schedule anytime over at DIRTTRACKR.com/watch tonight. Lots of other things to check out over at DIRTTRACKR.com as well. Hope you guys have a great Monday out there. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.